S15. Today, kind of just showing you a few things that I've done my spare time. So I've got front brakes on, just got to chuck the pads in there and tighten up the calipers that are sitting on there loose. The knuckles have been bolted on, front shafts are in, all that jazz. Shockwork coilovers are in place. The steering shaft just sitting there loose at the moment. Done the passenger side indicator. Just haven't done the wiper, but that's okay. It doesn't stop me putting the guard on. I can get the guard on now with the indicator done. Playing around with this press and fitting. This one's currently too loose. It's just worn out a bit. I've got another fitting with a bit of a tighter tolerance. I will weld a -16 steel end onto. Now I can press it in or tap it in. Put a bit of green Loctite around it. See, this side's on now as well. One of the jobs I want to knock out in this video is got the Turbosmart Fuel Rig, the FPR 1200 I think it is. The -8 lines on it. So that will go just in there. The vacuum line will duck behind it and around. And the bottom fitting I will change to 45 so it'll run under the loom and get hidden down behind the brake booster there and run back to the back of the car. And this side will run to that one there. So one line to make from that side and the one to the back of the car. Got this little bugger to go on the back of the gearbox. I'll try and get that done as well. And controversial part, I guess, is just having a boost tee. It'll be the same thing, mounted up under there, hidden away, nice and easy to run the vacuum lines back down to. But you'll get those ones on there, knock them out. And I've also got the tail shaft back. It's been lengthened now, so I'll be able to bolt that in. Just waiting on the axle. We've also got the rear coilovers from Shockwork, so I'll chuck them in. Well, the driver's side, the passenger side, still have to put the axle in, so there's no point yet. And we're waiting on a Raceworks order for a couple of new fittings. There's an old destroyed hose that's actually the right length, but I don't want to reuse these fittings, especially this one. It is pretty wrecked, doesn't spin free. Even this side's not the best. It's alright, new fittings, they don't cost that much and it just makes it so much nicer. But we'll get into it, drill some holes, get this Turbosmart stuff mounted. Alright, so fuel pressure rig mounted over in the corner there. Nice tidy out of the way. Can't actually get to the adjuster on the top, but I think we should be okay. It's a later problem at the moment. If we have to do something about it, we have to do something about it. But at the moment, it stays there. And then on this corner, we've got the boost controller hidden away in there as well. Still waiting. Need to check with Fat Lip Collective about the corner grommets. He makes them, just like he makes these top hats. Very nice piece. Hides everything, especially underneath. The Shockworks are never the most attractive on the top. Most coilovers aren't actually. They all end up scratched up. So they hide it good. And then there'll be a strut bar going across there as well. On to the next job. Reckon we'll quickly knock these brakes out. Chuck the pads and all that jazz in. And probably make this line up for the fuel line as well. Yes, sometimes you just got to step back, give everything a bit of a clean up. Got a bit of a pile of braided lines down here, new ones, some old ones, some ones that are still going to get used. All the wiring supplies off to the side. Thought I'd place the strut brace on, so brand new Costco carbon fibre item. Looks the goods. Don't know if I'm going to chuck a sticker on it or not. Just placed it there in the centre. Real undecided on that. But for now, got braided lines we're making up there. and got to pull the fuel lines out as well. Undecided if I'm going to try and do them off to the side here on the ground, or if I'm going to pull them right out and do them on the bench. Probably do them on the bench. Much easier to chuck them up here in the drawers. Do these ones, see how I'm feeling, see if I want to tack them on the ground or not. Realised there's no reason this can't be bolted down properly, and I nearly knocked it off and destroyed the paint. So I thought, let's put it on there. Not sure about what I'm going to do with the sticker or not. I'm going to run one. I mean, it just sits there. I don't know if I should run one. What do you guys reckon? Should be centered, should be the side. I might have to look at some pictures. But I've been lying on the ground all day, so don't know if you can really tell, but there is fuel lines. They go to the back of the car, to the front of the car. There's just a little front intermediate part that I haven't done. Just waiting on a couple of fittings to come from Raceworks. And secured the full drive line, and it's mounted to the box. Rear shockworks also bolted in, just have to attach it to the bottom. Might jack up that rear hub now, do that. Only one side can be done. Guess I gotta get the interior ready for, so when the steering wheel comes I can chuck that on. Pretty excited for that to get here, hopefully end of the week at the way it's travelling. Exhaust, might trial fit that. Cooler pipes will be going soon as well. Same with the front end. Front end will be going on in the next video. Man, feels like I'm jumping around. Heaps to do, lots of little jobs. Pretty excited now. Actually making big progress.
The lens is shut.
You gotta open the lens.
How?
On the side, the lens flap.
Oh. Bam. I think it's recording, I don't actually know.
I think it is, but decision's been made. Going to spread this video out over 2 days. Today's just been filled with lots of loose end jobs. Pretty much just tidying up little things. At the moment I've just been lying under the car and I've got this side all buttoned up. At the moment it looks like it's sitting it's going to be sitting on the ground, so I need to change that ride height, but I'll wait till I get a wheel on there to work out what the ride height actually roughly is going to be. You can see the exhaust chilling under there. The intermediate part is on, so you can see that there, just resting on a wheel tub at the moment as there's no mounts. The rear section will have to get altered slightly, not a hassle. This side's looking pretty neglected. Until the axle's in place I can't do bugger all. Spaces have come, got to trim all the studs down as they're way too long though. They need to go down to 24mm I believe it is. I just have to double check the measurements on the standard ones. Now what else we got? Everything else in here is pretty much the same. Got the power steering lines on, not as much to see there, so that's good to go. Oil's in the engine. Interior, nothing left to do, but hopefully we'll get the wheels on at the end of this video and a couple of other little jobs done yet too. Alright, so last job for the video. Just chucked the rail in, radiator in, found out how much on the piss the radiator is, normal for a Chinese one. So you can see the angle of the brackets, should be about there. So what I'm going to do, that one's got an elongated hole at the bottom, this one's a fixed hole, 2 mounting points, going to move those across, well, Dremel them out so they're ovaled, that way I can get the radiator to sit square. Hoping, just going to test fit the old radiator hose, make sure that it all fits up good. Chuck the fans on, which we've got here. Only got one mounting kit, so I can just do two bits per fan at the moment. I'll grab another mounting kit when I'm out. Plenty of space there, so that's not a hassle. I can get those mounted up, and then when I want to remove the radiator I can just pull the rail off as well. Makes it real simple. Like I say, one pose. This one should fit up pretty good, just have to reorientate where that bit's sitting. And of course this lower one, which fits up pretty good when the hose is running where it needs to be. But yeah, get the die grinder out, oval some holes, get that sitting square. Alrighty, so she's a bit straighter. Ovaled out the holes on that bracket there. Sitting close to level. Just need to bend this bracket up a bit more, I believe. But yeah, the fans are on. Got two Maradyne fans, always worked really well for me. Bigger motor on one side than the other. Don't need two big motors, one's enough. Actually heaps of room even when the other brackets are in there. But one thing I really want to just quickly knock out is the wiring. So I've got the two power wires from inside the car. Dirt all over us at the moment as well. So yeah, we'll run these two power wires to the, well, just check the polarity as I've changed them from push to pull. So I'll chuck a battery on them, make sure they are blowing the right way, and then wire them up quickly and finish this off. Well, that'll finish it off. Just needs to have a little bit of paint cleaned off the front there, just so it's got a good connection. Otherwise power wires all run. Turns out black was positive. Fucked up a little bit there and put both joins at the same spot. Nice thick joints, made it bulge a bit, but it's alright, it's hidden pretty well. That'll finish this one. Looks good having the two on there. Still got to mount the fans properly, but I'll do that off camera. Waiting for the rubbers to come for the top there. Not that it's going to stay in there at the moment. And yeah, next video will be putting the front end all together, which should look pretty bloody good. Wow, I thought I was going to have a heap of progress today. Quite the opposite. Smacked myself in the face with a bolt trying to put on front guards. Actually got both front guards on. Fought the driver's side a heap. Just trying to get that bolt there to line up with the hole that's meant to be behind it. Like that one. No luck. Pulling down with that, down with the bolt. Trying to see if there's any marks. Oh, she hit me hard. But yeah, pulled back, hit myself in the face. Ended up going to the doctors, getting a couple of those little paper stitches, whatever they are, on it. And got to leave this bandage on for the next 5 days. Chuck some eye drops in. Dare say I've got a dirty big black eye tomorrow. But just want to continue through. Got some new indicators to check on, just some nice Nismo ones. Haven't even pulled them out to see if they come with the plugs on the back. But yeah, we'll chuck them on both sides, seeing as the guards are on. You can see they don't quite line up properly, the guards, but they're pretty good. So it doesn't have a hole at the top, but it does have an ovaled out hole from the previous person. I'll get these indicators in, then I'll get the headlights on and stuff very shortly, which will probably be tomorrow for me, but same video for you guys. Alright, so first dilemma, 4-prong for the light, 3-prong for the ones I've previously got. If anyone can point me in the direction to find a 4-prong bulb holder like that would suit this, let me know, I'll buy them. Cooler's on there. Just having a bit of a play around with the intercooler pipes using one of the old ones. I've got one silicon bend on there now, just waiting for the other one as it was on back order. But it looks like I should be able to get away with just a straight and a little 45. And chances are exactly the same on the driver's side, or thereabouts anyway. Gonna try and get this bugger on there. Had a quick go before. Just bolts into 2 points here. What do you know? Only one of them wants to line up. So I'll wrestle that on there. The end bits are a bit dicky as it's meant to have something that goes in there, so I might have to chuck some roof nuts in. Not real keen on forcing bolts to work today. still got to pull these out and paint them. Not great weather for it today, overcast, probably only 18, but they can wait. And I'm thinking I'm going to chuck a full carbon cooling panel, so that'll go from there all the way over to there and cover everything up under here. It's not too bad, but it's pretty much the only space that looks a bit cluttered, a bit messy in the engine bay, well apart from spaghetti under the intake. Still sussing out my options there. And of course I put some Loctite in and tapped this in last night after Troy did some welding for me. Mine's nowhere near tight enough. Oh, got some goo on the belt. Oh well, that can live there. But yeah, now I can build that line once my fittings get here, and it looks nice. Looks like she's meant to be there. And I just had to manipulate it a bit. This bit sits further forward than it was. It's been a little bingle before, so this would push back a bit. Riv nuts on the side, so they're bolted in. But the best bit, the cooler pipe. And goes right around there. Not quite sitting the best it could be, but it's not touching the panel there either. It just needs to be done up properly, and it should sit better. But that's a win. One cooler pipe down. Don't have the supplies to do the other one yet. Don't actually have any of the bits for the other one, so that can wait. To stay as mock-up at the moment. I guess mock up the air filter as well. Work out how I'm going to do the reservoir. Waiting on the line so I can make that as well, the fittings so I can do that top hose. Not that any of that's going to get bolted up just yet. And I probably should mount the fans up properly, but that can wait as well. I feel like I'm just not quite keen to finish everything off yet, just in case I've got to pull it apart. But happy to see the intercooler sitting there with one pipe. Progress, bit of injury, but that's going to finish this one off. Just got a package for stuff to put on the next video. Heap of genuine Nissan parts. So I've got the upper cowl, I've got a left and right rear pod. Interested to open them up and see what they're like. Hood prop, a few little bumps and stuff. Got other stuff on the way as well from Nissan. Actually waiting for seals for the windows so I can get them done, and that'll be them over. But yeah, they'll get here when they get here. That's me done. Again, bandage still on my face, be there for a few more days. But one of the new Nissan items that I'm pretty excited to get on, gonna get that on right at the start. We've got this handle here, and actually this little cap here. Seems pretty basic, that little cap in there. Absolutely did my head in that I didn't have it. Could have started a bit more prepared and had it out, but here we go, ripped into it. Something so basic. Such a big change just having a little cover on there. Let's get this little cap out. Same as that, just a little screw cover, if I got the right one, hopefully I did. Yep, boom. Just the small bits. Something that really irritates me for some reason when little bits are missing like that, but I can deal with big bits. Not sure why. Got these little rubbers I'll chuck on in a second. I'll get everything out and ready. As most of that was going to take two hands, so I just went and did it. Got the new bumps there, little grommet thing there, brand new hood prop. Surprisingly cheap to buy these, so always do. Must not quite be sitting right. That's alright. Get that there. One thing I was really looking forward to was the rear number plate light, as the old ones well and truly effed, and I discovered it's got the bulb I need for the side indicators. So it looks like I'm going to go to the wreckers, cut some off a couple of Japanese cars or something similar, and well, I'll check my supplies here, make sure I don't have any, and get some pigtails and solder them on. But that can go into there in a second. Got a couple of other bumps, can't remember what they are, and a key to get cut when I'm down at the shopping centre next. Only one thing for it, break out the new air filter, see if it fits in the hole, see where I roughly want to sit it due to the reservoir going to sit in the corner. Let's see how we go. So just a nice looking filter. See how we go one-handed here. Not going to work, not with that clamp on there. I think it needs to sit about there. Might not try and put this on right now. Not try to trim that down, which is going to work out well because there's a little bit of a gash on that side, so we end up covering it up. Probably sit, yeah, perfect there. Come back to that one. Something I admit I was pretty nervous about, what the wheels are going to look like with tyres on them, but we're there and they look pretty good. So got the big Nexon semi-slicks on there, and on the back with my rough wheel alignment, pokes out a little bit but otherwise pretty flush. 18 9.5 plus 38. Same in the front but with a 25mm spacer. Bit of a poke at the rest, the lifted height at the moment. See what it's like when we sit down there. Also been playing around with the catch can, trying to get that one sorted. Pretty much how it's going to sit. Got a string there just to pretty much give the bonnet height. Obviously won't allow for ribbing and all that jazz, I have to double check that. Be 290s off here, back over to the rocker covers. I'm going to chuck those, the current lines I've got on, just to make sure they're long enough. Work out what I have to order, then I can start making it. And then I'll have one breather back down to the sump. That should be the right length already, and then obviously just a little drain. Yeah, front end's out at the moment, still got to pull that bracket out, but the nut doesn't want to loosen off, so I'll probably have to pull the cooler off. Bumper pretty much trimmed up. I'll probably go over it once more just to finish it up, as it's a little bit nasty in the middle here. Just clean that up a bit and it should be good to prep for paint. Otherwise, can't think what's next. And that'll finish up this video. Just working out the last of that catch can thing, made myself a bit of a parts list, so I'll put an order in through the Raceworks tonight if I remember to. Just be a couple of 90s off here, probably shorten those up, run one there, second breather. Just have to make sure that the clearancing will be okay for the bonnet there, and now start cutting this out of alloy. Bloody hate making catch cans, but better do it myself, make it fit properly than buy one that doesn't fit at all.